All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are watching the plane crash in Florida. And they have the dogs out there, right? They got the dogs walking around. And people might be asking, why do they have the dogs out there? Why are they looking around? And the only thing I can think of is they're sniffing around for maybe explosives or human remains. I imagine the impact, there's really nothing left of the plane. So they might be out there with cadaver dogs looking for remains of a human. Or I guess there was 3 people on the plane. I'm not sure yet. But let's continue to watch here real quick. Now, there's a lot of police out there taking photos and everything. And I would imagine that, why is this? They did call and say they had an emergency, supposedly. But we're not sure what that emergency was. We are seeing a lot of police around, the police taking a lot of photos. And we'll probably be seeing here soon the FAA sending out people and stuff to investigate. So I don't know, was this some kind of a criminal thing? It might have been. It might have been, who knows? We don't have that much information. Let's continue to watch.
Just got here. That took me forever to. But I'm glad that I got here. What is the chances you're fucking driving down the road and you're driving home and you start into the car?
The debris seems, and then there's a car there. You know, what happened? Now, we did see footage of them, of workers that were on or at the airport where this plane was supposed to land. But right before it got to the runway, once it got over the freeway, there was a giant explosion. So, was it a car that exploded, or was it the plane that exploded? Who knows? But the plane is just in peace. It's just everywhere. So, it must have been traveling at very high speeds, or an internal combustion just tore it apart. And that might explain why there's dogs out there now. Either they're looking for parts of humans, or they are looking for uh, traces of an incinerator or explosives. Wow. And I'm going to say these plane crashes are common. And if you haven't seen the flight, the FAA flight pattern, how many planes are in the sky over America? It's just unbelievable. It's bound. It's bound to happen, folks. And then throw in maintenance if they're not maintaining the aircraft properly and scheduling maintenance properly, then this happens. It's common. Uh, Hello, John Paul. Let's continue to watch. It's horrible. My heart goes out to the families. Condolences to the families. But this is common. That planes have been having accidents since they created them.
What airport?
The old guy in the car.
But they don't
Injured.
What they say?
The airplane over there.
Is over there?
Yes.
You took that?
Yeah, it's close. Yeah, it was fucking random.
Well, it's obvious they're looking for something there, whether it be cadavers or uh, artillery device, explosives, or whatever. But this plane is underneath the viaduct, so it must have hit a totally different way than what they're saying into the ground, and it must have been traveling at very high speeds, or it slammed into the overpass there. I'm not sure, but there is footage of people on the runway at the airport, supposedly. So it's obvious they were waiting. There must have been an emergency or something. And like I said, we haven't gotten all the details yet. They did call in having an emergency, but what was that emergency? Was it a passenger that went cuckoo? Right? Was it something else? Mechanical? But there ain't too much left of it. So I imagine either they're looking for explosives or they're looking for bodies. And it's very possible they just disintegrated uh, on impact or explosion. So, yeah. Not good, right? And you can hear all the planes around there. You can hear jets passing and landing or taking off. You can hear planes flying around. They have a helicopter out there looking around. So you got to be safe when you got all this traffic coming in. And what did we see the other day with out in New York? A helicopter crash of sightseers or whatever, which is very common, right? And then throw in low maintenance or not properly taking care of the aircraft, and you're bound to have trouble. The birds are chirping.
So they could have landed.
They were lined up for men on the runway.
I don't know what leads me to believe that there's something more to this is the massive police presence and them taking photos. Right? I would expect to see FAA out there investigating, going through the wreckage, but I don't know. So we will be back again live once we find out some more information on this, and keep an eye out. Keep an eye out for stuff falling from the sky. It happens. Now, you folks have a great day. I'll be back with more information as it is released. And who, what, why, who knows? All right, you folks have a good day. I'll be back.